Wow. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. First, I want to thank Ms. Richardson for that gracious introduction. I'm not worthy of it, but I'll take it. So, I'll be reciting an excerpt from the novel Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison, as well as an added original piece that analyzes and connects the novel and its work to our contemporary society. And I will end with an excerpt from the famous speech, I Have a Dream, by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I am an invisible man. No, I am not a spook like those who haunted Edgar Allan Poe. Nor am I one of your Hollywood movie ectoplasms. I am a man of substance, of flesh and bone, fiber and liquids, and I might even be said to possess a mind. I am invisible, understand? Simply because people refuse to see me. Like those bodiless heads you see sometimes in circus sideshows. It is as though I've been surrounded by mirrors of hard, distorting glass. When they approach me, they see only my surroundings, themselves, or figments of their imagination. Indeed, everything and anything except me. Nor is my invisibility exactly a matter of a biochemical accident to my epidermis. That invisibility to which I refer occurs because of a peculiar disposition of the eyes of those with whom I come in contact. A matter of the construction of the inner eyes, those eyes with which they look through their physical eyes upon reality. Now, I am not complaining, nor am I protesting either. It is sometimes advantageous to be unseen. Again, it's often rather wearing on the nerves. Then too, you are constantly being bumped against by those of poor vision. Or again, you often doubt you really exist. You wonder if you aren't simply a phantom in other people's minds, say, a figure in a nightmare, which the sleeper tries with all its strength to destroy. It is when you feel like this that, out of resentment, you begin to bump people back. And, let me confess, you feel this way most of the time. You ache with the need to convince yourself that you do exist in the real world, that you are part of all the sound and anguish. And so you strike out with your fists. You curse and you swear to make them recognize you, and alas, it's seldom successful. These are the historically transcendent words of Ralph Ellison. I say historically transcendent because its relevance to the black condition today is exact. We are deemed invisible when our reality is denied. When our pain is shaken off as a delusion by those who can't empathize, it serves as a justification for gratuitous violence. It is a reason to remain ignorant to the African's experience, both from the diaspora and those who remained on the continent, thus re-entrenching our pain and invisibility. We are considered an angry people. Well, we have an angry history. We are considered a violent people. Well, it is a defense mechanism from centuries of fear, miseducation, and inflicted terror. This does not serve to defend the wrongs of my people, but simply a glimpse of history to understand our reality. But allow me to add another dimension to Ellison's words. We are not only deemed invisible according to the inner eyes of others, but as long as we are ignorant of our reality and the wholeness of our identity, we are invisible to ourselves. The center of our identity is not the slave. We are more complex than we give ourselves credit. Our history reaches farther back and moves farther forward than the slave ship. In order to be seen, we must embody how we want to be seen. In order to be heard, we must find our voice. In order to understand who we are, we must understand. Ubuntu, I am because you are. If you are not, I am not. So who are we? The answer to this question begins with hope, a dream. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said it best when he said, I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places shall be made plain. And the crooked places shall be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed. And all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is the faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew through the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, pray together, struggle together, stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. And this will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet lands of liberty, of thee I sing. Lands where my fathers died, lands of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from the Stone Mountains of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountains of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And when this happens, when we allow freedom to ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Thank you.